ISO 27001 Annex A 7.11 supporting utilities. Let's have a little look at a definition and I'll show you quite easily how you can implement this. Information processing facilities should be protected from power failure and other disruption caused by failures in supporting utilities. So first point to notice here is information processing facilities. So again, this is looking mainly at data centers and server farms and main operations within your organization. And what it's looking at from supporting utilities is things like power, right? Power and water supply and all the things that you rely on that are provided by these large organizations to operate that. 9 times out of 10 for my smaller organizations, I would outscope it and I would put it on my risk register and manage it through the tutorial and process that I've shown you. And then I would have compensating controls in there that said if my internet went down, I'd go to Starbucks. If my internet went down, I'd go to my wired internet. Then from there, I'd jump onto the 5G. If my power went down, I have a laptop that's got 3 hours of power within it. I may have a process of implementing an uninterruptible power supply for key employees or key workers. So for most people in a fully remote environment, I would outsource it. If it is the case that this is something that you are accountable and responsible for, then you are placing heavy reliance on professionals, right? You are putting heavy reliance on professionals. When it comes to the build and the design of these processing facilities, you're going to bring these professionals in and then you're going to make some commercial decisions off of the back of that about whether or not you're bringing in 2 routes and 2 lines of power from 2 separate power suppliers, 2 sets of telecoms from 2 separate power suppliers at different points within the buildings that you've got, etc. My advice would be you're going to run that as a project, you're going to risk assess that, and then you're going to document the risk assessment and the decisions that you've made. So if it is the case that you're only running 1 power line from 1 power supplier, why did you do that? It could be cost, there's no issue with that, but document that, have that on some kind of project risk register and be able to provide that back to the auditor to show that. So for me, this is about, big organizations that are having data centers within their environment. It isn't about people that are using cloud-based facilities, because we are going to place reliance on third-party supplier management, having a contract in place with our cloud providers and our service providers, and having certificates for 27001 and things like SOC 2 under the assurances that they've done it. And our contracts are going to have in there clauses around what we expect and availability and uptimes, etc. So we're outsourcing the problem to them for 99% of the people. This really is the only time it's going to be important to you is if you're in a large corporate organization with some level of responsibility. And if that is the case, you already know what you're doing. It is not my case to tell you what to do. Use the professionals, use the suppliers, use the utility companies that are around you as part of your build and your implement, and make sure that that's in place. Where you do have any of these processing facilities, you do have these utilities, you're going to make sure that you maintain them in line with the warranties and the manufacturer's guidelines that come with it and the training that you're provided by them, so that you're going to ensure that this is always up to date and that this is always running. So not necessarily one for you to worry about, one for you to manage and assess the risk on. And if it is something you worry about, you're getting some help on it. My name is Stuart Barker. I am the ISO 27001 Ninja. You are supporting utilities, right? These big utilities companies. But for now, peace out.